let me let you in on a little secret here. All of these American investors have it ass backward. If you have at least $50,000 saved for retirement in 2024, did you know that you can legally become your own bank? Listen, in order to make just a 10% return per month, they'll tell you that you have to become a Forex trader. Start playing around with options, or buy a business, or invest in real estate, buy gold, buy meme coins, all of this unnecessary stuff. Well, all of that can work and does work. But if you're like me, like I was 5 years ago when I started off, I was a broke CFA right out of college, making $150K a year, working as an analyst at an investment bank. And while I loved seeing behind the curtains and seeing what some billionaires were doing to generate great returns, ultimately, what I really wanted wasn't just to spend the next 25 years making rich people more money. What I really wanted was a few simple things. I wanted to make a solid return on my own investments. I wanted to be able to control my own position and be able to use leverage to create consistent yield that compounds daily, similar to what I saw our billionaire clients do. So what I wanted was more freedom and fulfillment, so I could travel and do the things that were important to me, do work that was exciting, and eventually teach others to do the same thing that I was doing. And if you're in a similar situation, there's a much easier way than doing all that complex stuff out there. Now, my name is Tan Guerra, and 5 years ago, I found out exactly what the billionaires are doing that creates consistent yield on their positions that compounds daily. That I was able to leverage not to only make my first 10%, then 30%, then even as high as 45% a month yield, but do it in a way where I was able to avoid all of these traditional headaches that come from day trading, real estate, and all of the other mainstream advice. So for instance, I didn't have to buy a new business or build complex trading strategies or manage an external advisor or any of that stuff. Instead, I was able to leverage what I knew to solve a gut-wrenching problem for most investors by utilizing a little-known industry that's now on pace to surpass the $1 trillion mark. And in doing so, I was able to make my first daily yields online in as little as 7 days from when I started. And since then, I've been able to help 1,000 capitalists do the exact same thing without having to create their own business or buy risky meme coins or any of the other distractions being forced down investors' throats right now. All they need was a laptop and an internet connection to tap into this new service. Now, at this stage, you're probably wondering, okay, well, what is this service? And more importantly, how did all of the people you're seeing on the screen right now also skip the grunt work of traditional investing to be able to create a 3-digit yearly return on their positions? Well, I just put together a 23-minute case study detailing my exact strategy of how I found this service in 2019 and then just 7 days later generated my first yields. After watching this short video, not only will you know what this strategy is, but more importantly, you're gonna know exactly how to use it with a step-by-step game plan. So if you want to find out what this strategy is, then click the link above or below or around this video. It's not going to be a 2-hour-long, hypey video webinar type where I tell my story for literally like 30 minutes and then pitch you. I'm simply pulling back the curtain, showing how I did it, how my students have done it, and ultimately how you too can generate these consistent yields in just a few clicks of the mouse. For instance, you'll learn how people like Jeffrey have used this to make $143 a day, which compounds daily. Tyler, who's used this to identify an asset offering 64% APR on US dollar equivalents. Mark used it to make $450 in his first 24 hours using a moderate position size of just 10K. I mean, this is just the beginning. And after watching this video, I promise you'll have everything that you need to go out and implement this strategy on your own. But with that said, I know a small percentage of people will be interested in working with us to accelerate this process, just like the people you just saw on the screen. So if that's you, great. And if that's not you, that's cool as well. No hard feelings. But either way, you're going to walk away with actionable new information you can start applying immediately. So if that sounds cool and that's fair enough, click the link above around this video, opt in on the next page, and we'll see you on the other side.